Welcome to Bangla City SATV News. This is Nuri Alamin with the headlines. Bangladesh will win UNESCO Bangabandhu International Award in future, hopes Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Medical board suggested sending BNP chairperson Khaleda Zia abroad. She is undergoing treatment at the CCU of Avakia Hospital. European Union will be closely observing elections in Bangladesh, said European Union Ambassador to Dhaka Charles Whitley. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina hoped in the parliament that one day Bangladesh organizations would definitely get the UNESCO Bangladesh Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman International Prize on Creative Economy. Taking part in a special discussion on the Thanksgiving motion under Rule 147 placed by Principal Muhammad Abdul Shohid MP to show respect to UNESCO, the Premier also said that it was a great honor for Bangladeshi people as the UN body named the prize after the father of the nation. We want young people of Bangladesh to come up and walk like Uganda's Motive Creations Limited. I believe one of the Bangladeshi organizations will get the prize one day, she also added. The parliament later unanimously adopted the motion by voice vote, with the Speaker Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhuri in the chair. Hasina said her government has been creating the scope for the young people to flourish their talents and creativity. Medical board members have been suggested sending BNP chairperson Khaleda Zia abroad. She is undergoing treatment in CCU of Avakia Hospital in the capital. The doctors held 2 meetings to review Khaleda Zia's condition. A few foreign specialist doctors were virtually involved in the meeting. They reviewed her latest physical conditions and test results. Reports say the medical board has advised to Khaleda Zia to go abroad for better treatment as soon as possible due to deteriorating health. The party leaders have started contacting the government again to take the former Prime Minister abroad. The European Union will be closely observing the elections in Bangladesh. After the voting day, voters should be able to say that their voters are counted. An EU ambassador to Bangladesh, Charles Whitley, at DCAB, talked at the Intercontinental Hotel in Dhaka today. He also said that human rights and democracy are essential elements of the EU policy. EU would closely watch the elections as international actors, but it is the main responsibility of the people of Bangladesh to make sure how they want to see the governance in the country. However, in his first time, the formal media interaction with the media, he spoke elaborately on Rohingya crisis, upcoming GSP Plus scheme and future EU-Bangladesh relationship. Education Minister Dr. Tipu Moni today told the Parliament that some 4,150 teacher posts are vacant at 43 public universities. The minister placed the statistics in the House while they're responding to the table question from the Awami League MP Didarul Alam. The highest 410 posts of the teachers are vacant in the Chittagong University, 346 Russia University, 314 in the Shahjalan University of Science and Technology, 310 in Islamic University in Kushtia, and 303 in the Dhaka University. However, the minister said, according to the 46th Annual Report 2019 of Bangladesh University Grant Commission, there are 2,97,957 students and 15,293 teachers at 40 public universities. Viewers, we are taking a short break. Stay with Bangla City SATV News. Welcome back, and you are watching Bangla City SATV News. US President Joe Biden is to be clear and candid regarding the US concern about China during a virtual meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping scheduled to take place today. The virtual meeting will be held for the first time in Biden's term, but the two leaders are communicating almost face-to-face. Until now, they only have held 2 phone calls since the Biden took office in January. White House spokesperson Jen Psaki said the two leaders would discuss ways to manage the competition between the US and China responsibly, and throughout the conversation, Biden made clear the US intentions and their priorities as well. Such a meeting comes amid heightened the tensions between the US and China on a variety of the geopolitical issues such as trade, Taiwan, and human rights. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres warned of an impending climate catastrophe, while the environmental campaigner Greta Thunberg dismissed Saturday's COP26 climate conference deal as without meaningful content. And even those who welcomed the deal in the Glasgow said a huge amount of work remained to be done. Guterres acknowledged the shortcomings of the agreement in the statement following the deal reached on Saturday evening at the Glasgow conference. In a follow-up tweet, the UN chief sent a message to the young people, indigenous communities, women leaders, all those leading on the climate action. 3 men have been arrested under the Terrorism Act after a man was killed in a car explosion outside Liverpool Women's Hospital. A taxi carrying 1 passenger pulled up as a national 2 minutes silence for the Remembrance Sunday was due to begin and exploded. The passenger was declared dead at the scene and is yet to be formally identified. The male driver was injured and is in the hospital in a stable condition. Armed officers have been carried out raids on the priorities of the Rutland Avenue near the Saffron Park and Bowler Street in the Kensington. A large cordon graduated by the uniformed officer in the place. At least 1 person is dead after 2 strong earthquakes struck southern Iran yesterday. The quakes measured the magnitude of 6.3 and 6.4 as residents of the Hormozgan province fled their homes. Officials say the quake was felt in the several cities in the province as well as across the Gulf in Dubai. Despite the 2 earthquakes, no structural damage to homes in the area has been reported. Polish Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki said yesterday NATO must take concrete steps to resolve the migrant crisis on the Belarus border. Poland, Lithuania and Latvia may ask for the consultations under the alliance treaty. Polish forces described an increasingly tense situations on the frontier. Morawiecki said it is not enough just for us to publicly express our concern. Now we need concrete steps and the commitment on the entire alliance. Under the Article 4 of the NATO treaty, ally on the request consultations whenever the opinion of any of them, their territorial integrity, political independence, or the security is threatened. A group of women subjected to invasive gynecological searches at Doha airport will show Qatari authorities seeking redress for an order that sparked global condemnation. Women on 10 Qatar Airways flight from Doha, including 13 Australians, were subjected to the examinations late last year as authorities searched for the mother of the newborn found abandoned in an airport bathroom. The group of women have suffered enormous distress and the evening concerned now just over a year ago, and they continue to suffer distress and will affect a trauma as a result of what occurred. Reports said the women were seeking a formal apology, compensations, and the protection for the future passengers transiting through the airport. The country's prime minister also issued an apology, while the airport police officer who oversaw the searches was reportedly convicted. Saif al-Islam Gaddafi, son of Libya's former leader Muammar Gaddafi, registered yesterday as a presidential candidate for the December 24 elections, an official from the Electoral Commission said. Despite the public backing of the most Libyan factions and the foreign powers for elections on December 24, the vote is still in doubt as rival entities squabble over the rules and the schedule. A major conference in Paris on Friday agreed to sanction any who disrupt or prevent the vote, but there is still no agreement on the rules to govern who should be able to run. While Gaddafi is likely to play on nostalgia for the era before 2011 NATO backed uprising that they swept his father from the power and ushered in a decade of chaos and violence. Analysts say he may not be proved to be a frontrunner. Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince has announced the launch of the Prince Mohammed bin Salman non-profit city, their first non-profit city in the world. The Saudi press agency said that the planned city is expected to be a model for the development of the non-profit sector globally and an incubator for youth and volunteer groups, as well as the local and international non-profit institutions. Prince Mohammed bin Salman non-profit city, which implement the digital twin model, will host academies, college, mixed school and conference center, a science museum, a creative center offering a space to support the ambitions of the innovator of the sciences. The planned non-profit city is said to be located in the Iraq neighborhood Wadi Hanifa. Australia thrashed New Zealand by 8 wickets in Dubai after Mitchell Marsh hit an unbeaten 77 to steer the team home to the target of 173 in 18.5 overs. Captain Aaron Finch described the achievement as huge. Chasing 173 for victory, Australia depended on a 92-run second wicket stand between the David Warner, who made 53, and Marsh to achieve their target with 7 balls to spare in Dubai. Warner became Trent Bolt's second wicket, but Marsh kept up the charge in power Australia home to their long-awaited T20 crown and add to their 550-over World Cup trophies. Australia's keeper highly praised the performance of David Warner, Adam Jumper, Matt Wade and Mitchell Marsh. Also said, "I cannot believe the people wrote Warner off a couple of weeks ago. It was almost like poking the bear. Jumper was the player of the tournament of mine, controlled the game, got big wickets, super player. Mitchell Marsh, which was way to start, put pressure from the start. Matt Wade came in under the injury cloud and got the job done. He also came in the semi-final alongside Marcus Stoinis and did the business." Before ending, we go through Bangla City SATV News headlines again. Bangladesh will win UNESCO Bangabandhu International Award in future, hopes Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Medical board suggested sending BNP chairperson Khadija abroad. She is undergoing treatment at the CCU of Abakir Hospital. European Union will be closely observing elections in Bangladesh, said EU Ambassador to Dhaka Charles Whitley. You are updated with the Bangla City SATV News, and to know the latest news, visit www.satv.tv. Stay with SATV.